Hi, I'm Mrs. Drake, and I am teaching Theory of Knowledge Year 2 this year with your students. As a brief overview of the class, we are structured basically out of entirely questions. The main question of which is, how do we know? How do we know what we know? And so we are asking all kinds of questions so that students can learn to question the world around them and determine their personal assumptions, while also looking at different cultures and appreciating the diversity in the world around us. So that's what we spend a lot of time doing, is asking hard questions and trying to find answers to questions that don't really have answers. As far as assessments for Theory of Knowledge go, those begin in January. The first of which is a 10-minute oral presentation. And in this assessment, students are trying to apply TOK thinking to some real life situations. And so they will use what we call knowledge questions to explore the ways that real life situations and different areas of knowing apply to those things. So in that, they ask the knowledge question, they answer the real life situation, and then they apply to areas of knowledge. The other assessment that we'll be working on is a 1,600-word paper. It's called a prescribed title, and this is conceptual. The title is kind of like a question, and it's provided by IB, and students have to answer the title by asking knowledge questions and bringing in their own real-life situations. So both of these are assessments that we'll be working on in class. There are no exams that the students will sit for in the spring for Theory of Knowledge. If students need help, I'm available via Zoom for office hours. Thankfully, they also have their class during first block, and so the building opens at 8:45 and class does not begin until 9:15. And so this is a great time too, if students need anything from me, to come in and get some help, or for a lot of them, they're already getting there early before class starts. The other option we have is Schoology, and our Schoology page, let me get that open for you all, is pretty basic, though I am posting quite a lot of, in terms of the weekly and daily slides. And if we go over there into the materials section, you'll see that the students have access to our daily slides here, and that includes everything that we're doing on a daily basis in terms of what notes or things that we're talking about. In fact, we're up to like 200 and some slides at this point. But if a student misses a class, they can kind of log in and see what we're doing and go through the information that way. They can, all the videos we watch are linked. So all that information is there. If we head back over to materials, you can also see that our weeks are in folders, along with the date and the concepts that we're working on. And so this week, for instance, we started art. And so the homework that they have due this morning is they needed to make some arts, a piece of abstract art on an 8.5, 11 piece of paper, using whatever supplies they had available to them. Other things that are in those folders, if we go back, let's go back. Actually, back a week are things like Mrs. Cole came in last week and did a college check-in with them, and so that information is available, as well as reminders about their final drafts of their extended essays, which are due on October the 27th. That's kind of all I have to share with you. If you need to get in contact with me, email is always the easiest. It's kdrake@hcps.us. Again, that's kdrake@hcps.us. I'm so glad to have your kids along with me this year for TOK. Ms. Berlinghoff is in the classroom with us most mornings, hanging out and helping out. This is the first year I have taught TOK, so this is a new journey for me as well. I've been teaching in the IB English program for years and years and years, but TOK is a little bit different. It's very conceptual and can be challenging. but we're going to get through it together. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I can't thank you for sharing your children with me.